This is why the one-size-fits-all diet recommendations are simply wrong. Because if I tell everyone you should eat more salads, I'm telling you something wrong. Because if these are your issues here, that roughage is going to irritate you more. Do you want to live well? Meaning, do you want to stay well? Not wait to make changes until you're already sick? Well, welcome to my home. Let's go on this journey together. In this section today, we're going to talk about what happens here in the center portion of your digestive system. Well, sometimes it gets inflamed, it gets irritated, and when it does that, it becomes leaky. Other things that we don't want to get through actually slide through. The body starts to react to that, and we start having those symptoms, things like just feeling lousy after eating, a lot of allergic reaction, food sensitivities, eczema, acne, joint issues, and then those pesky nutrient deficiencies, iron, B12, thinning hair, weak nails, hormone fluctuations, and mood swings. These are all signs that you are simply not getting the nutrients where they need to go. So today, let's talk about what do we eat to take care of this. So things that are going to help you are cooked zucchini, cooked carrots, cooked squashes, white rice. Why white rice? Actually, brown rice is more irritating, so white rice for you. Quinoa, spices like turmeric that are warming, onions, ginger, bone broth, very, very healing for that intestinal lining. All of these things are what you want to focus on right now, things that are easy to digest. That is the key. So today, we're going to make a warm butternut squash soup, and I'm really excited to show you how to do this because it's delicious for one thing, but it is full of everything that leaky gut needs to help heal. The first thing we have to do is deal with this. And sometimes people are a little intimidated. What in the world do I do with a squash like this? Well, first of all, I have a really nice cleaver that I use to cut it. You don't need this. If it's difficult to get through this with a knife you have, cut it in half first. Go here. That's the simple way to do this. You're going to find seeds in this portion. This is where you really want to focus on using up here. We're just going to cut this in half. So in half we go. And you can see where those seeds are. They're right here in the center circular portion. All you're going to use is a spoon, and you're just simply going to get rid of all of those seeds and put this butternut squash cut side down. We're not going to spend the time to do all this, but you get the picture. We're going to take all those seeds out. We're going to put this squash cut side down on a cutting board, and you're going to cook this at 425 for about 50 minutes. Just stick it in the oven and let it go. So we're going to come back when this is cooked, but in the meantime, we have to start cooking a few other things. So that's going in the oven. That's cooking. Now, the rest of the soup isn't actually going to take 45 minutes. So in my house, what am I going to do? I'm going to go do a few things before I get on to the rest of the soup. But right now, we're just going to get on with this. So onions, extremely good. Now I'm going to keep using this cleaver. I know you might be a little worried that I'm going to take a finger off. I'm an experienced cleaver user. So you can use whatever you want. You've watched me cut an onion before. All we're doing is helping to get the stomach talking to the other cells. Remember that? The onion is kind of like the instruction book for the body. It tells the other cells, hey, this is what we're supposed to do. And isn't it interesting that so many of our meals and dishes and recipes actually include onion? I find that fascinating. It must be that it does something for us that we actually need. So we're going to use this onion. We're going to just dice it up, and I'm going to get this cooking or this heating up back here because, like I talk about all the time, it saves you having to do a lot of cleanup work if you heat that pan up ahead of time and then you put a little bit of oil in first before you stick your food in, and then you have food that's going to come clean of that pan a lot easier. So we're just dicing this onion. That's all we need is diced. We're also going to cut up some ginger. Both onion and ginger are very healing for the gut. Now, there is a protocol called a SIBO protocol that doesn't want us to use any onions or ginger. So if SIBO is your issue, that has to be diagnosed by a doctor. You're going to skip this in this recipe. But we don't have that problem. We just have leaky gut. So we're going to add some onion because it's going to tell our cells what to do. Remember that hot pan first, then the olive oil. Olive or avocado oil is the only oil I'm going to use for this. Today we're going to use a little olive oil. We're going to keep it on about medium heat so it's not going to get too hot. And we're going to just start, I didn't give it a lot of time, but we're just going to start this onion cooking. You can see it's already toasty hot because we warmed that up ahead of time. So onion's gonna start cooking while we work on the ginger. Ginger is also incredibly medicinal. We're gonna use about 2 tablespoons, quite a bit. Remember, the best thing to peel ginger is this spoon. Now, this gut health topic is one that's really near and dear to my heart because I have struggled with gut health since I was little. My mom talks about how I was just a really colicky baby, and I absolutely think I probably had lactose intolerance. They didn't even know what that was when I was a baby. So I had that to begin with, and then I remember even growing up, avoiding foods. I'll always remember a time a boyfriend was over at my house and my mom offered everybody ice cream, and I chose to eat a carrot instead of the ice cream. So you can guess if I was, a 16-year-old girl and I was embarrassed to be different, that it must really have not felt good to eat that ice cream. So I have had years and years and years and years of gut health issues. I've had a lot of food sensitivities, and it's largely due to exactly what we're talking about right here, that leaky gut issue. Food going places it's not supposed to go. So that's why these pieces are so crucial. Now, I'll always remember when I was first trying to go to doctors and finding answers about what to do with my gut health. I was diagnosed, sorry, I'll give that a little stir, it's a little noisy. I was diagnosed with IBS. What's IBS? In my mind, it's a lame excuse for not knowing what's really wrong with your patient. I'm sorry for any doctors that are listening right there, but it's that they don't know what's wrong with you. So they just say, well, this is what the problem is. We don't know what it is. Your bowels are irritated. Well, that was not helpful at all for me, right? I didn't have any answers. So I started doing some research myself, and I found this diet called the white diet. So in the white diet, what I did was start eating everything white. So I lived on white bread, white flour, white rice, white angel food cake, because that's what it said the IBS diet was, white diet. Now I think back to that and I think, okay, the white rice wasn't a bad idea, but all the other whites were probably not so great for me. All right, that's some bone broth going in there. We're gonna let that cook down just a little bit. So now we have the sauteed veggies, we have the bone broth. All of those help with healing a leaky gut. Now let's go get that butternut squash and talk about what we're gonna do with that. Okay, cooked butternut squash does not win any beauty awards. Should we just say that? This is hot and it doesn't look so pretty. But this is so sweet and delicious. And look at how soft and amazing this is. So we're gonna just put this right back onto this cookie sheet because we're gonna use it here in just a minute. We're gonna throw it into this soup as soon as that's boiling. So back onto the cookie sheet it goes. Soft squash. We're gonna use an immersion blender. We're gonna get this blended up. So I'll get the rest of this squash out and then we'll come back and show you what we're gonna do with it then. All right, I braved the hot butternut squash. We got it all out of those shells and I'm gonna put it into the soup. You can hear behind me probably that the soup is boiling. That's what we want. So remember, that's the broth, that's the veggies. We're gonna add the squash to it. And again, no beauty awards here, but we're not working on beauty, we're working on health, on feeling better. So that's our squash. Now we're gonna add some seasonings to this. Turmeric. Really good, really warming, really healing, great for inflammation. That's going in there. We're gonna add some salt and some pepper just to make it taste great. But remember, salt's really good for acid formation. Also, it helps that acid come. So while you're digesting, it picks that up. And then if you remember, pepper is great because it actually works kind of like a cofactor with that turmeric, and your body absorbs it more when there's pepper on board. So anytime we're using turmeric in anything, we want to add pepper. Then we're gonna get the benefit of the turmeric. It's going to be better than it was without. All right, this is getting nice and cooked down. Remember, I don't like mushy soup, so I'm not gonna cook it too much. We're gonna add a can of coconut milk. Now, one thing to be careful with when you're buying coconut milk, often it's not. Often it's like coconut concentrate with a whole bunch of water. So I'm careful about the brands I buy. This one says like 99% coconut milk, so I can feel a little bit better about that. Coconut milk is also extremely nourishing and healing for the gut lining. So just that alone is also going to nourish. So can you see how we're layering benefits here? We have the benefit of the squash. We have the benefit that it's warm, the bone broth, the onions, the ginger, the turmeric, and the coconut milk all together in this soup. All right, we are going to blend this up a little bit, but I am gonna, not do too much. We don't want it to be too squishy. So we're going to use an immersion blender. You can see it's pretty chunky at this point, not looking real pretty. So let's do some blending. You can even, if you really don't like chunky, you can even keep back some of that squash and just add it later after you have blended it up. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this up and then let's look at it. Okay, I have this all blended up to the liking that I want. Remember, there's a few chunks left in here. There's a few pieces of squash. Looks delicious. I'm going to add even another benefit on top of this. Pumpkin seeds, very healing for the gut. So we're going to put a few pumpkin seeds on there. So let's go back and talk about what we did today. We are working on the middle. We want to make sure that we're absorbing nutrients properly and that things that will irritate the body aren't getting through. The key to this is that one cell thick lining, letting good in, keeping bad out. We have to make sure it's nourished and healed. What things help to nourish it? Carrots, squash, butternut squash, white rice, quinoa washed correctly. Not a lot of roughage, not a lot of raw vegetables. They're going to actually irritate right now. Onions, ginger, broth is really good for this, coconut milk. These are all things that you want to use, and warm foods, foods that will actually help your body bring the nutrients in and not irritate things or freeze it up by being too cold. This soup is a great way to bring all of those things together into one meal, but there's a lot of other meals you can make with these exact ingredients. So if you are feeling like, oh man, I just don't feel good after I eat, and this is, half an hour after you eat, things just aren't settled, you feel really moody, you feel tired, you have lots of autoimmune or hypersensitivity reactions, the food's not getting in. If your hair is thinning, your fingernails are thinning, you're not getting the nutrients you need. If you're getting tooth decay, as a dentist, I have to say this, you are not getting the nutrients you need. It's time to work on healing your gut. So let's give this a try. That is good medicine.